Welcome, weary traveler, to this sanctuary of stillness. I know that simply arriving here at this moment of pause hasn't been easy for you. We are living in a peculiar time, a world that seems to demand we run faster with every passing day just to stay in the same place. It is a world of endless, chaotic noise. From the moment we wake to the moment we close our eyes, we are bombarded by a storm of notifications, deadlines, and heavy expectations. We carry the weight of yesterday's regrets and the burden of tomorrow's anxieties, leaving no room for the peace of right now. This relentless motion can make us feel incredibly small. It can make us feel lost in the crowd, invisible and deeply disconnected, not just from others, but from ourselves. We begin to feel like gears in a machine, spinning endlessly without purpose, separate from the beauty of life. But I invite you now to stop. Just for these next few minutes, put down the heavy backpack of your identity. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. Soften the space between your eyebrows and simply breathe. Inhale the silence and exhale the noise. I wish to take you on a journey. We will not be traveling to a distant land or a fantasy world. We are going on a journey back to your true origin. We are going to peel back the layers of stress and illusion to discover a truth that has been waiting for you since the beginning of time. The feeling of insignificance you often carry is nothing but a lie. Imagine for a moment that you have walked away from the city lights. You have climbed to the top of a quiet, grassy hilltop. The air is crisp and cool against your skin. Above you stretches a vast, velvet night sky, unbroken by clouds. As you tilt your head back to look at the billions of flickering stars, a familiar feeling might wash over you. You might feel that you are just a speck of dust floating in an indifferent cosmos. You might look at that infinite darkness and think, I am so small, I am temporary, do I even matter? But listen closely. Modern astrophysics whispers a different story. It tells a truth that changes everything you think you know about yourself. The truth is this: you are not merely looking at the universe, you are the universe, looking back at itself. Let us look closer at this miracle we call you. Consider your own body for a moment. Look at the hand you place upon your heart. Feel the warmth of your skin. Visualize the blood rushing through your veins, carrying life to every corner of your being. We often think of our bodies as biological machines that grew from the soil of the earth, but science tells us a far more majestic story. Every single atom inside you has a history that spans billions of years. Think of the calcium that hardens your bones and allows you to stand tall. Think of the carbon that weaves the complex spirals of your DNA. Think of the nitrogen in your muscles and the oxygen filling your lungs. And most profoundly, think of the iron that turns your blood red. Here is the secret. None of these elements were created here on Earth. The Earth, for all its beauty, did not have the power to forge them. To find the origin of your body, we must travel back in time, billions of years before the Earth even existed. We must travel into the fiery hearts of ancient, massive stars. In the beginning, the universe was simple, mostly swirling clouds of hydrogen and helium. But inside the cores of these ancient stars, a cosmic alchemy was taking place. These stars were the original factories of life. Under pressure and heat beyond our comprehension, they crushed atoms together, fusing simple elements into complex ones. For millions of years, they burned bright, cooking the ingredients that would one day become you. But creation requires sacrifice. For the iron in your blood to exist, a star had to die. When these massive stars reached the end of their lives, they didn't just fade away, they exploded in the most violent and spectacular event in the universe, a supernova. In that split second of blinding light, the star shattered, scattering its enriched guts across the galaxy. It flung gold, silver, iron, and carbon into the empty void of space. These clouds of cosmic dust drifted for eons, swirling and dancing until gravity pulled them together to form our sun, our planets, and eventually the soil of Earth. And from that soil, life arose. This means that you are literally made of light and cosmic fire. You are a walking collage of the universe. The atoms in your right hand may have come from one star, while the atoms in your left hand came from another. You carry the history of the galaxy in your very skin. So, you are not a stranger here. You are not an accident. You are not an intruder on this planet. You are the ancient cosmos awakening in human form to experience the joy of a sunrise, the warmth of a hug, and the mystery of love. And yet, despite this majestic heritage, we often feel so tired. We feel empty. We feel a deep, aching void in our chests. The reason for this is not that you are not working hard enough. It isn't a lack of effort. It is a loss of connection. In our modern age, we have insulated ourselves. We live in boxes made of concrete and glass. We walk on rubber-soled shoes that block the flow of electrons. We spend our days bathed in the artificial blue light of screens, and our nights surrounded by the hum of Wi-Fi signals and electricity. We have severed our umbilical cord with the rhythm of nature. We forget that our Mother Earth is not a dead rock hurtling through space. She is a living, breathing entity, and just like you, she has a heartbeat. Between the surface of the Earth and the ionosphere miles above us, there is a global electromagnetic circuit. Triggered by the thousands of lightning strikes that happen every moment around the globe, the Earth rings like a giant bell. This resonance, this invisible hum, vibrates at a very specific frequency, 7.83 Hertz. This is known as the Schumann resonance. It is the pulse of the planet. It has been beating at this rhythm for millions of years. Every ancestor you have ever had, every animal, every tree has evolved while bathed in this frequency. Now, here is the miracle that bridges biology and geology. When you are stressed, anxious, or hyper-focused, your brain produces high-frequency beta waves. This is the frequency of fight or flight. It is the frequency of survival. But when you are truly at peace, when you sit in deep meditation, or when you are drifting into the space between wakefulness and sleep, your brain waves slow down. They drift into the alpha and theta states. And the frequency of that state, it matches almost exactly the frequency of the Earth, 7.83 Hertz. This is not a coincidence. This is a design. When you slow down, you physically synchronize with the planet. Your personal rhythm locks into step with the universal rhythm. This is why you feel a sudden, washed-over relief when you walk barefoot on the wet grass. This is why the sound of ocean waves crashing on the shore feels like it is massaging your soul. It isn't just relaxing in a psychological sense, it is a biological homecoming. You are reconnecting to the motherboard. You are returning to the sanctuary where you are held, supported, and recharged by the very earth beneath your feet. You are like a rechargeable battery that has been trying to run on 1% power. The earth is your charger. All you have to do is plug back in.